Hey, so I wanted to do an update. I've gotten way behind in the monthly updates. So before she turns a year old, I do want to do a last update. McLean is almost 11 months old. She'll be 11 months old this week. So kind of do a catching up. I think the last one I did was maybe 5 or 6 months old. Just kind of where they're both at right now. So McLean is, I'll just say she's 11 months old. She has 6 teeth. She has 4 on top and the 2 bottom ones. But she's definitely been chewing a lot more lately. So I think those other bottom 2, the like 2 outside ones, I think they're going to be coming through soon. She's getting lots of hair. Her hair is definitely growing and it's starting to, get the little ringlet curls, or not ringlet curls, but starting to curl in the back. So I really hope that it is curly as it does get longer. Last time, see, it's been a while since she got weighed. I need to weigh her again. She's probably, let's see, what was she last time? I think 21 pounds at her 9-month checkup. She was 21 pounds. So I'd say she's at least 22 and a half maybe by now. She's a great eater. She will eat anything you give her. She loves table foods. I don't really like spoon feed her baby food much anymore. We do pouches sometimes. Those are easiest when we're out or in a rush. She mostly eats table food. She loves apples and veggie straws, which I try to cut back on how many veggie straws she gets because I know they're not like super healthy. But she loves apples. She loves chicken. She loves cheese, crackers. She loves the teething crackers or graham crackers pretty much I haven't found anything that she does not eat. She loves everything. She's very sweet. Her personality is definitely coming through. She smiles all the time. She can be very serious around new people, but she is very social, and she will go to just about anybody. She loves to laugh and smile. She says, "Mama, Dada, Baba." Trying to think. She doesn't talk a ton, but I know I didn't talk early on. Like, I was a little older when I started talking because I had a brother who was 18 months older than me, and he talked for me. So Hudson is definitely vocal, so I think maybe a lot of that is like, she doesn't have to talk. He talks for her. So we're not worried about it at all, but she does talk. She can talk. She just doesn't talk very often. She is a cuddler. She's sleeping great. She does. Both kids, which this is kind of an update for both of them, they both still take 2 naps a day. They go down around 9:30, depending on when they woke up, and sleep usually like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours some days. And then they'll go down at 2 and sleep for another 2 to 3 hours. Then we start usually around 7 doing baths, and she still gets a bottle at night. And then they go to bed between like 7:30 and 8 and sleep until 7:30, 8 the next morning. So we were very blessed. They're both very good sleepers. McLean only gets 3 bottles a day. She gets a 5-ounce bottle before her naps, and she gets a 6-ounce bottle at night. We've tried, because she's been eating 5-ounce bottles since she was like 3 months old, and she won't drink more. I've tried doing like 6-ounce bottles, and there's always like an ounce left. Like, she knows when she's hit her 5 ounces, and that's as much as she wants. So we do just the bottles for pretty much going to sleep, for nap times, and then the bedtime bottle. She does drink out of sippy cups really good. She drinks out of a straw really well. She was a lot younger learning how to drink out of a straw than Hudson. By like 6-7 months, she could drink out of a straw. Well, Hudson was like 11 months, 12 months maybe before he figured that one out. So she loves drinking out of straws. Sippy cup. She loves water. We don't really give her any juice. She drinks mostly just water. But yeah, she's doing great. She's crawling all over the place. She started crawling at 9 months old. And she has started like cruising furniture. I feel like she was a little later in starting to crawl because she has such chunky little thighs. I love it. But she would like get up on her hands and knees, but then she couldn't get her legs to move enough, I guess, to crawl. But so she did start crawling, and she's already thinned out a lot in her legs. She's starting to cruise on furniture, not really showing an interest in walking. And I'm not rushing that. I don't need 2 completely mobile babies, so I know it'll happen in time. when she's ready. Hudson was 13 months old when he started walking, so I'm not worried about it at all. Hudson is doing great. He is 22 months old. He is almost 2. I cannot believe it. Because as of right now, yesterday was 5 weeks from McLean's first birthday. So it's like 6.5 weeks until Hudson's second birthday. Blows my mind. This year has gone by so fast. Hudson is doing great. He is super vocal. He every day he's learning more words and he's putting together sentences. He can do, just about any animal that I can think of. He knows the sound for. I try to broaden it, but I can only think of so many animal sounds. So he does know all the animal sounds. He knows all of the parts of his face, hair, arms, legs, hands, feet, toes, fingers. He can identify all of those. He there's a couple songs that he sings, and he loves Wheels on the Bus. That is by far his favorite song. And I've got some clips of some stuff, so I need to add it on a video and upload for one of those. We're working on counting and, doing the letters. He won't say 1. The only number he'll say is 2. If I say 1, he'll say 2, but then he doesn't really go any higher than that. And I try singing the ABC song, and he's not super into it, so I'm working with those, but not super stressing about it, not trying to push him. He is going to a Mother's Morning Out 2 days a week, and I've definitely noticed a difference since he started that. He picks up things a lot quicker. He's learning a lot there. He goes Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 12, and he loves it. It's the socialization that he really needed, and he's learning a lot. So they have one color a month and one shape a month that they work on, and he not totally picking up on that. Sometimes, I'll do a color and it'll repeat the color, but he doesn't necessarily recognize, something, and he can say, oh, that's yellow. But he's doing so good. He's still so good with McLean. He has started, now that she's old enough to crawl and get to his toys, he has started showing signs of a little bit of jealousy that he never had before. When she was born and everything, he never showed any kind of signs of jealousy. He was so sweet with her, was never jealous of her time that she got or anything. But now he does not like her playing with his toys. He knows the difference between his toys and her toys, and he does not like to share. So we're definitely working on that. We're trying timeout. It's not really effective. But that's what we, I put him in a chair. I tell him why he's in timeout. Most of the time it's for pushing and hitting her when she tries to get to his toys. It's pretty much the only thing he has to go to timeout for. But he will sit there. Sometimes he'll cry. Sometimes he just looks at me like, you think this is supposed to be punishment? And then he gets up, and 5 minutes later he does the same thing. So I know, he's young. He doesn't fully grasp it, so that's what we're trying to do, trying to teach him. He knows he's doing wrong because he'll look at me as he's pushing her over and what are you going to do about it? You see me doing this. But he is such a sweet little boy. He is definitely very active, all boy. He's on everything, into everything. He loves trains and school buses. School buses are his favorite thing ever. I don't even know what it is about them, but and it was funny because a couple weeks ago, my parents wanted to take him down to, in South Georgia, there's a big Thomas the Train. It's like a life-size Thomas the Train. You ride on it and things like that. And so, they thought he was going to love it because he loves trains. He enjoyed the free bus ride from the parking lot to the train more than the $22 tickets for the train ride. But, they enjoy taking him. He loves trains, buses. He loves YouTube. He knows how to go, scroll through and pick all the different videos. And so we only let him get on the iPad after his afternoon nap. We try, during the day not to let him get on it. And then still, we don't let him get too much time on there. But he does get on, especially because sometimes in the evenings, is that a rough time where he's tired and fussy and doesn't want to do anything, so we do let him get on the iPad and play for a little bit there. he has gotten so picky with eating. You know, he used to eat anything and everything, and now he is so picky. We cannot get him to eat anything. He, waffles. Waffles is the only thing that he wants to eat. And it gets to the point sometimes where I'm like, I have to give him a waffle just so he'll eat something, because otherwise he's going to bed hungry. So he loves waffles. We've, Slim Jims. He likes Slim Jims. Random. My mom had tried it one day just to get him some protein, and he liked it. So I'm like, okay, good. You know, he used to eat fruit, tons and tons of fruit. He doesn't even eat fruit as much anymore. So I'm always constantly trying to just find anything that he will eat so that he has some kind of food. So I don't know. We'll go back for his, I think like a 24-month checkup is his next checkup. So I'm going to talk to the doctor and see, you know, if we should be worried, because he's been sick. He got sick 2 times with like pretty bad sickness over the last couple months, and has lost weight both times. So he is still like at or less than what he weighed at like 12 months. He is tiny. He lengthwise needs 18-month clothes, but size-wise, his waist is smaller than McLean's. He could fit in like a 6 to 9 waist pants. But so, I mean, most 12-month pants or 12-month, you know, waist size he would fit into, but they're not long enough. So I have to get the pants with the adjustable waist, you know, tighten them all the way. He's just a little beanpole. And he's not super tall. He's in, I think, the 15th or 20th percentile for height and weight. But both of his birth parents are, you know, neither of them are super tall. And I know they had said that his birth father was really short until like sophomore year of high school, maybe the summer in between. And that's when he kind of had the growth spurt and shot up real tall. So, you know, we're not expecting him to get super tall anytime soon, but he is just a tiny little thing. They look a lot more like twins now. Every time we go out, people are like, oh, are they twins? Are they twins? Because especially if sitting in a buggy side by side, their waist, because McLean is very long-waisted, and so they look the same height, you know, like that. Obviously, his legs are longer than hers, so if you look closely, you can tell. But they do look very close in size when they're sitting next to each other. And, but yeah, so everything is doing good. They are thriving, and they are doing so good. They're so sweet, and I can't believe that they're about to be 1 and 2. It blows my mind. We're doing a combined birthday party this year. I am going to make a video about kind of like party prep and the theme and all of that, so be looking out for that. But if you've made it through this whole long update, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I will see y'all later. Bye.